How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Credit OBE, hitting you with a quick one. Real talk, true season. Don't worry, I'll wait. Is that how China's moving? And the worst thing about everyone keeps talking about, like we always throw out racism in the sense of, you always saying Black Lives Matter, or these days are done now. You know, no one's there. You're not in slavery. Why are you doing that? Because I'm sure, like, if we went around using other phrases to other people or other races, it will get shut down. But it's funny how Olympic stars can be getting off to be going to the Beijing Olympics. A man's been called the N-word, the N-word, the N-word. A man's saying it aggressively, get out of China. Big man, man's not doing nothing apart from coming to playing some games, bro. I'm not coming into your house, fam. I'm not violating you in any way. I'm a human being just like you. I bleed just like you. And these are the kind of times when, in the sense of, you see ignorance. Now, this is when people can start being ignorant. This is when black people come out and start saying certain things, and you're like, oh, why do you want to say that? Not everybody's racist. I'm not racist. I've got black friends. These are the kind of statements that we hate, because when we're walking around, we walk with free. We walk with heart. We walk with power, in the sense of we love everybody. So we don't understand why we looked down upon. We don't understand why everybody looks at us like, why have they got a chip on their shoulder? It's because what's been put down within our history. It's been what's been folded up into the sense of movies, in the sense of games. Who's the local heroes? When you looked at Spider-Man, not in a bad way, he's a white man. You know what's there? When you're looking at certain industries, when the Chinese movies and rare, they always paint themselves their own as the hero. We're never seen as the hero. You know what's there? Back in the days, it was like no blacks, no dogs. You know what's there? All these kind of things here. So when you're sitting there looking at certain things, there is a history and a culture of people trying to suppress black people. My question to everybody is now, why? Let's just take that. Let's just forget about them all like brutalizing us now and think, why? If you look at the history and you look at who we are as people, the one thing that they know in the sense of the scriptures that we had, the powers that we had, the understanding that we had about the sun, how we knew how to navigate, how we knew how to read, how we knew how to write, how we knew how to wash. We've been doing this for decades. There's been many of years and thousands of decades of tribes and villages that have been like solely living without any society, any real world like computers or phones or technology and kettles and all these kind of stuff. So remember where the root come from. But when we go back to the root, it's a thing of then none of your history is true. Your heroes are not true. What you're saying is not valid. When you're talking about King Henry VIII and he went and conquered, no, it's not true then, because if you're going to keep going back, you're going to have to go back to a certain point of time where it was a black person that was doing whatever it was doing. And this is what hurts me, in the sense of we are still suppressed. And when you talk about the Jews, when you talk about the Asians, everybody else feels like they've got their little payback. They've got their little reconciliation, in the sense of, yeah, we've got our money back. We haven't got ours. And we're always seeing that the person that's, they're always moaning, well, why don't they just stop stabbing each other? Why don't they just stop selling drugs, rare? Why don't you just start seeing us as equal? Is it because you're inferior, because you know that we're going to win at everything? If you look at hip hop, if you look at the whole industry, if you look at athletics, if you look at sports, 9 times out of 10, we're killing the whole game. Look at Lewis Hamilton. We're jumping Kia. We're doing everything. So it's that kind of thing there, in the sense of sometimes you feel like if we had the power, we would be doing the same thing to you, enslave you, run you down. But if we wanted to do that, we would have been doing that. When was the last time you saw a black terrorist? Don't worry, I'll wait. When was the last time you saw a black person in a big organization and company and that was doing certain things where they were poisoning people and white people? Don't worry, I'll wait. When was the last time you really hearing about on a mass scale with people selling drugs? You know what's there? Narcotics and rare, and it was a black head hunter on rare, trying to mess down the community. Don't worry, I'll wait. These kind of things are not innately programmed within us. There's no kid that wakes up every single day and says, "Rah, I want to kill someone." We don't have blacksmiths. We don't have kids running around just stabbing people for fun. These are traumas. These are things where people are living in broken homes, no opportunities, a lack of understanding, being told that because of the color of your skin, you're being less or treated less than someone else. Imagine that, just because of the color of your skin, you popped out and you're just a normal person. Like I said, I went to school in Potter's Bar, and I used to get always told, you know, one's there like, "Oh, why are you black? Oh, look at your hair. Can I touch this? Can I do that?" I'm just the same as you. And then all of a sudden, the N-word gets thrown around, get me? Because we have been seen as, in the sense of, where does stereotypes come from? It comes from home. It comes from our parents. So if you've got a line of history of parents that don't know their history, that don't know the understanding, that's been watching TV and allowing the TV and allowing social media to paint a picture on who's what and what's what. And these are the kind of times when it's such a shame. In 2022, we are still hearing the N-word. In 2020, we had George Floyd. Don't worry, I'll wait. These are the kind of times we used to rise up as people, guys. Myself, Chris Credit OBE. What's you guys' thoughts? Comment below.